How is it getting to travel and go on adventures with your best friend / lover?
Lover. I hate that word. When are you guys getting married?
Could you talk about how you run your business, YouTube, ad revenue, sponsorship?
When kids, ?
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a Q&A.
I feel like it's been a really long time since we've done a Q&A video. We used to do them a lot in the past, but it's definitely been a minute, so we decided to put some questions up on our Instagram and here on YouTube yesterday, and we got a lot of questions, so I think this is going to be a good video.
And a lot of you guys might be wondering, that doesn't look like a van. It's because it's not. It's actually an Airbnb here in Bentonville, so we decided to stick around for Bentonville Bike Festival. We met up with them yesterday, and yeah, stoked to be around for the Bike Festival. They put us up in this Airbnb, so thanks to them, and excited to meet anyone who's coming to Bentonville this weekend. It should be an awesome time. But without further ado, let's get into the questions.
So the first question, I guess it's not really in any particular order. We'll just start with the ones we got off on YouTube. So the first question was, what are some tips for starting van life, saving money, Wi-Fi, what vans to look at, etc., etc.? What do you think? I don't really know. It's been 3 years for us. I can't really remember. I guess when we first started, we kind of just jumped into it and we didn't really think too much like most people do.
I feel like that's really good advice, is don't think too much about it. I feel like a lot of people get caught up with, oh, I need the perfect van, which you'll never have. The van is always a work in progress. And yeah, they just kind of get too caught up with that. But I mean, honestly, even if you don't have a van, just try to sleep out of your car in a trip. So like, say you want to go to San Francisco for a few nights, like literally just try to sleep out of your car, rough it out a little bit, and just see how you like that lifestyle. Because if you absolutely hate that, you're probably going to hate van life, no matter how glamorous the van is. Yeah,
it doesn't really get that much better. Like, you're still going to be sleeping inside of a vehicle on a street, or maybe if you have a campsite. But yeah, it's going to be similar to that.
How much longer do you guys plan to stay in the van? Any idea where you may settle down and call home? Oh, wow.
We've actually been thinking about this one a lot. I feel like this past year, everyone's been buying a house and like settling down, all the former van lifers. What were some of the places we were looking at?
We always talk about like places. We're really picky. We need the mountains, the ocean, and fair weather.
And we don't want to live in California.
And we don't want to live in California.
I feel like the only place is California, but we don't want to live there.
Also, we were supposed to do a lot of international traveling, so we actually got an apartment in Thailand, I think it's 1.5 years ago, and then obviously everything happened.
But whenever we go international, it's like a really nice break from van life, and it's a lot cheaper, especially if we're in Asia. So why haven't you bought a 12-volt electric pump to blow up the subs?
I feel it's like because we feel like we're getting more of a workout.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like whenever we can get more of a workout, we're like, okay, let's go.
Will you check out Connecticut? Most YouTubers just skip over us. We have great trails, bike park, and great paddleboarding on Long Island Sound. Definitely, Connecticut sounds really awesome, and also Vermont.
Which YouTubers would you still like to collaborate with? I don't know.
I feel like there's a couple, but they all live overseas.
We don't really watch too much mountain bike YouTube. We watch a lot of travel YouTube and finance YouTube, I guess you could say.
There is one in New York. His name is Brett Conti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watch him on the
like
channel.
his videos.
He's more of like a, I would say, travel lifestyle. So yeah, but he knows New York, I think, like the back of his hand. So it'd be cool to check it out from him.
That would be really cool. I feel like for New York, we're definitely gonna need a tour guide.
What do you do if the weather is bad and you get stuck in the van? Is it hard to keep the van cool in hot weather? Do you have AC?
Oh, the glamorous van life in hot weather.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, especially when the weather is bad. The cool thing is if you can spend time in coffee shops and whatnot, obviously those have air conditioning. So I find we spend less time in the van. We also got a fan installed when we were in Miami. That helped out a ton in the bed.
Yeah, we just went to West Marine and kind of splurged on a little 12-volt fan, and it's been a game changer for us. The next question is, how do you define success? Have you reached it yet? If not, what would success look like? I feel like success for us is just living a life we want to live and just being happy. I don't know.
I don't know. Success is such a relative term too. But I mean, yeah, I guess that is a pretty deep question, because it kind of goes back to, well, like, what is the purpose of life? And if we're all just kind of like put here and there is no purpose, then yeah, what is success? I don't know. It's a really kind of a deep question. I get into, like, especially when I'm riding or paddleboarding or anything by myself, like way out there, I started thinking about those questions and I'm like, oh man, you just kind of go into this rabbit hole. So.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the Bell's palsy? So yeah, I guess I should have mentioned in the beginning of the video just in case. I feel like I've been giving these disclaimers to everyone I meet because it's kind of embarrassing. But the Bell's palsy has gotten a lot better. At first it was kind of a shock to my system. I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it was an allergic reaction or something was just going on with my body that I don't know. I was just really freaked out, but I did go to the urgent care and I kind of had my suspicions about it before going to the urgent care because I'm one of those girls or one of those people that go on WebMD for hours and hours and hours if they think even the slightest thing is wrong with them. So yeah, it's just been a kind of a journey for me. I feel like it's just taken a long time. But it's coming back. It's been like 2 weeks and I can kind of smile. So.
If you guys don't know what Bell's palsy is, basically half of her face just stopped working.
Yeah. I can feel it, but the facial nerve basically just gave out and we don't know what it's from. So
what is the best proportion of van life versus normal house life? If you can own/use both, e.g. 60% van life, 40% house. I'm trying to get Octomom to let me buy a van or trailer. Are you really? Is that Octomom? Do you guys remember Octomom?
His name's Octodad MTV.
You guys have 8 kids? That's crazy.
Wow.
With the whole 60-40 thing, I feel like if that 40 could be broken down 20-20, like 20% spent in a house in the US and then 20% spent in a house overseas or more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I think no matter what, we're always going to be traveling. We're always going to have the van and we're always just going to be hungry for travel. So.
But if you have 8 kids, I don't know what the ratio would be for you.
Just get a bus. This is such a perfect question for me to read. Do you take turns driving when going long distances? And what's your secret to being able to handle driving for long amounts of time? You want to answer that?
Yeah, especially for the trips that are long distance, I do a lot of that driving. Hannah does a very good job of being a passenger sleeper.
Yeah.
So she just passes out.
I do cook.
She does cook sometimes, yeah, when we're driving.
Or I grab things for you. I feel like I'm pretty good at that. But I'm really good at sleeping.
Yeah, in a past life, I was definitely a truck driver.
How hard was it to get into paddleboarding? I've always been interested in kayaking or paddleboarding, but have never tried.
So the cool thing with paddleboarding is the first time you go out, you're like, okay, this is actually pretty tough. And then you almost like exponentially get fast or better. So it's almost like 2 or 3 sessions and then you just have it down. I feel like fast learning curve.
Yeah, yeah. I think it took us like a week of paddling and then we were just good.
And we're getting new boards soon, so stay tuned for that.
Yes. Do you guys have a long-term plan for the channel? Year from now, question mark, 5 years from now, question mark? This is a really difficult question, not because we don't have goals for ourselves, but because things in the YouTube space are constantly changing. It's a very volatile space and I don't know. There's just always new things coming up, new opportunities, so it's really hard to say.
I feel like you guys have also seen a slow shift in our content as well. I feel like we do so much and we love traveling so much that we've been trying to incorporate traveling a little bit more into our content and like other adventure sports like paddle boarding. Where do you guys keep all your pit vipers? Literally everywhere. If you go into the van, if you go anywhere in the van, you'll probably find a pair of pit vipers.
Also, if you ever see our van parked at the trailhead, if you look on our dash, you'll probably see like 20 pairs. It's maybe that's like a recipe to get robbed. But whatever.
Could you talk about how you run your business, YouTube, ad revenue, sponsorship?
So the one thing with being a YouTuber, I guess, is that you don't ever want to rely on one source of income, whether that be AdSense, Patreon, affiliate marketing. Those are just a few of the things that we work on because things are just like always changing. It's crazy.
Yeah, so just kind of naming a few different revenue streams. So YouTube, obviously if you saw an ad, there's money from that. So we get money from Google through that. And then we also have sponsorships where we ride for certain companies. We have affiliate marketing where we promote certain brands. We talk about any product and you purchase it through one of our links in the description. We make some money off of that.
Like the Pit Viper code.
Like the Pit Viper code. And yeah, there's just a few others, but staying diversified helps out a ton, especially because you never know when you're gonna lose one revenue stream. So it's always nice to have backups.
Yeah. Basically, being a YouTuber can be really stressful. How long does it take to edit and make one of your videos? So lately, I feel like we've been putting a lot more time into our videos. I mean, we were definitely putting time into the mountain bike more focused videos, but
I've also been trying to like step up the video game as well. So I think before it was taking 3 to 4 hours to edit a video, and right now it's probably taking a little bit closer to 10 hours of editing.
You're right, yeah. It's been taking basically a full day of working. How do you get over negative headspaces due to nerves and fear when riding gnarly trails? If you're in too big of a negative headspace, or if you're too scared about a future, it's always best to just move on and try something a little bit easier. Because whenever your nerves are really high, I feel like that's a recipe for disaster, and that's when things can go really wrong, because that's when you're panicking, that's when maybe you're gonna slam on your brakes or try to bail out of something that you can't bail out of, and that's when you crash. So I feel like sometimes it's best to just try not to overcome those things and just save it for another day.
Have you guys ever got bored of what you are doing, some sort of saturation? I would say we've definitely gotten bored sometimes of the content that we've made. Like sometimes we were like, oh, okay, like we've made this video before, or it kind of the video style feels the same, and that's where mixing it up comes into play.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes we put ourselves in like a category or like a hole when it comes to videos, and we don't allow ourselves to be more creative or do different things because we're worried that you guys won't like it. But in reality, I think whatever we enjoy doing or whatever videos we enjoy making are the videos that are going to come out the best and the videos that you guys might like the most. When kids, question mark. I honestly don't want kids. I mean, I do get baby fever like every once in a while, but then I think about how much kids cost and how selfless I would have to be, and I'm too selfish for that, so.
Same here, yeah, it'd be pretty tough. I mean, we even want a dog and we won't do that just because it would be so tough.
Yeah, and I feel like it would be pretty irresponsible. I mean, some people can do it with the van, but for our lifestyle and for wanting to go international and do all these different things, I feel like having a dog just wouldn't be the responsible move for us. But one day we will get that dog. Watch out. Quinoa's coming. That's what I'm going to name it, Quinoa.
Yeah, I wish my parents liked dogs because we could just drop them off.
I know. Such a bummer. How old are you guys? Did you compete in college? So I am 23 and Mo is 28.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah, he's getting old. Did we compete in college? So you actually learned how to mountain bike in college,
I did. That's pretty much like the only thing I learned in college.
But you didn't race.
I did not race, no. I entered like a few races here and there, and then we actually tried making a mountain bike club at UCI, but unfortunately I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah, they're not exactly mountain bike friendly.
And I went to college for 2 years and I did not race, so.
How is it getting to travel and go on adventures with your best friend / lover?
Lover. I hate that word.
It could be amazing. It could also be insanely frustrating at times. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, imagine spending all day, every single day with your significant other inside a small space doing literally everything together. I mean, sometimes I don't even want to go for a ride just because I need a break.
Yeah.
You know, I just like need some personal time. Yeah, it is challenging sometimes, but I feel like it just makes us stronger, and it's really a testament to how strong our relationship is, I think.
Yeah, and then kind of going the other side too, there's times where you're like, oh wow, like it's so awesome that I get to enjoy
that too.
amazing this amazing like view or something like that, and you have your best friend with you. But yeah, as long as you can figure out like ways to have your personal space, I feel like that makes it healthy. But also mornings are my alone time.
Favorite vegan snacks pre-ride, during, and post-ride? Pizza. I've been making a lot of sweet potatoes recently. I don't know if that's considered a snack, but those are like the best food ever. Now, are you feeling better? We were worried about you. I am feeling a lot better. As you guys can tell, there's a lot more movement. I wasn't really showing my face a lot because honestly it wasn't moving at all, and that was definitely really scary, but yeah, feeling better now. Thank you.
How long have you both been riding? I've been riding for almost 10 years now. She's been riding longer than me.
Yeah, shout out mom and dad. They've been riding basically since I was born. So I grew up with riding, which was really exciting, but it was more cross-country road stuff. So, but I don't know, it's definitely cool to be starting off so young. If you weren't sponsored by Ibis, what bike would you have? Honestly, we rode Ibis bikes before we were sponsored by them. We really do love Ibis, and yeah, I don't know if there's another bike that I have my eye on. What about you?
I would probably have a road bike. I feel like that's the
yeah.
only thing that Ibis doesn't make that I want is like a high-end road bike. What type of everyday bike maintenance do you do? I lube my chain.
Pump up our tires. Okay.
When are you guys coming back to Chiang Mai?
When will you allow us to come back? We want to come back.
Yeah, I miss them so much. So it's our friends back in Thailand, and yeah, I actually started teaching myself Thai, and the other day I was in public and I heard someone talking, and then Hannah's like, why are you staring at them? I'm like, they're speaking Thai. And they looked at me, and I was like, oh, you guys speak Thai? And they're like, how'd you know? I was like, oh, you guys said like Roy Mac, which is, this is delicious. So.
Yeah. What state has the worst drivers? Honestly,
it's a good one.
I feel like we complain about the drivers in every single state.
Louisville, Kentucky, they just, I don't know if they just think that red lights are optional. But I saw so many people, they would just like come to a stop at a red light and then they would just go through.
Yeah, but at the same time, is California any better?
Yeah, California, I feel like in California, everyone's just really rude and aggressive.
Yeah.
And Louisville, it's just people just disregard the rules.
Miami, oh my gosh. See,
Yeah.
guys, it's literally every single state has this problem. Everyone has bad drivers.
Offset, our buddy in Thailand, what is your favorite food in Thailand?
Ooh. We're gonna be basic. I'm gonna be basic and say pad thai.
Yeah, or curry. I really like the curries
Ooh,
over there.
yeah.
Your vlog/studio setup. This thing has been our daily vlogger.
Yeah,
And
it's the Sony ZV-1. It's just like a point and shoot vlogging specific camera. The best camera is the camera you have on you.
how do y'all do your taxes? So for taxes, we have an amazing accountant now.
Yeah, thank God. When are you guys getting married?
This is our Brunei homie too. What's up, Beat?
When are we getting married, Mo?
Next question.
How did you guys meet? Were you both mountain bikers before you met? Yes, to the last question, we actually met at a bike shop. And we ended up reconnecting 3 years later.
I think so, yeah.
Because you only had worked there for like a little bit.
And we were both mountain bikers, but you weren't riding as much when we reconnected.
No, I wasn't riding at all. I feel like, so I raced Nika in high school and it was pretty tough on me, like all the pressure I put on myself to be super fit and super fast. And I feel like I just got really burned out from it. And the last thing I wanted to do when I graduated high school was ride my bike, even though I brought a bunch of bikes to UC Santa Cruz when I did go there for like one semester. But yeah, I was just so burnt out on it and I was kind of just finding my way, and I guess I just came back to bikes eventually.
Buddy Ryan's asking, when are you gonna run 10 miles to work up to 50? So if you guys didn't know, I tried to get back into running, and about 3 runs in, I had this goal, I wanna run 50 miles. Around 3 runs in, I blew out my knees.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna be doing 50 miles anytime soon. Well, you guys, that was all of the questions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our answers. If you guys have any more questions for us, let us know in the comments.
Like we said earlier, we are in Bentonville right now, so you will be seeing a really big video about Bentonville, probably next week sometime. We're working on it. It's gonna be all about Bentonville and how Bentonville came to be, kind of like a documentary style video.
And if you guys have any more questions for us, let us know in the comments. And also, if you're gonna be at the festival, come say hi to us. We'd love to meet you guys. Until next time, you guys. Ride awesome.
Phew.